Hello everyone, myself Anurup, and this presentation is all about genomic testing. So genomic testing, it is becoming more and more common for patients to choose genetic test that assess risk for any diseases. So there are like more than 75,000 genetic tests happening in an year. So that's like 10 new tests that enters the market every day. So in this presentation, we are going to see more about genomic testing. So genomics, it is a study of the structure, function, evaluation, and mapping of the genome. So it is not like genetics. Genetics is a study of genes and heredity, which also explains how certain qualities of traits are passed from parents to offspring. So unlike genetics, genomics aims at the wholesome and collective characterization of all the genes in the organisms. Modern genomics. So, with the developments in cellular and molecular biology, the field of medical genomics has expanded drastically. So, modern genomics it involves analyzing high level of DNA sequencing, structure, and function of the genomes through bioinformatics. So bioinformatics is nothing but it's a study of biology and computer science, which is concerned with the acquisition, storage, analyzation, and dissemination of biological data. So basically, modern genomics have improved a lot in the treatment of diseases and overall health. So coming to the application of modern genomics, so you know the modern genomics technologies are vast, and it also offers opportunities to improve healthcare across all medical specialties. So the first one is gene discovery. So these genomic technologies can be used by every clinicians for all specialties to diagnose their patients who have high risk of any genetic errors causing diseases. Next is personalized medicine. So as we all know, the DNA sequence of the genome of each human is unique. It is unique to everybody. So we will all have unique diseases, susceptibilities, and treatment responses too. So this personalized medicine, it describes the use of our genetic information to tailor healthcare intervention to our own individual need. Next one is gene therapy. So it involves, the gene therapy, it involves the administration of DNA or RNA in order to correct a genetic abnormality or modify the expression of genes. Next one is genome editing. So genome editing, it uses molecular techniques to modify the genome. Next is prenatal diagnosis and testing. So prenatal diagnosis, it allows parents to make decisions about whether to continue with the pregnancy or to allow early diagnosis and possible treatment in the uterine. But so, like the previous approaches to prenatal diagnosis, it could put pregnancy at risk. So with this new method, using genomic technology, it can look directly at the DNA of the fetus from a maternal blood test without increasing the risk of miscarriage. So the future of genomics. So with the improvement and development of more sophisticated technology, the field of genomics has improved a lot. So what I can think of is a scenario right now, like with the advancement of this technology, with the advancement of this genomic technology. So in the future, if a healthy person, a healthy patient, if he or she wants to know if their genome would put them at risk of any disease in the future, they can know it. So scientists predict that the field of genomics is yet to be fully explored. So these are the bold predictions on genomics. So the very first point is genomics will become very common. It will be very ubiquitous in the future. The second point is genomics will influence grow green initiative of the environment. So yes, it can be used to evaluate and better understand the genetic susceptibilities of living organisms, and also to identify problems such as contamination and pollution. The third one is genomes will be available on smartphones. So this is pretty much very possible because the researchers have developed an app called Genopo that can analyze the coronavirus genome on a smartphone, and that too in less than an hour. So in the future, this is also very much possible. Fourth point is genomic testing will be easily accessible by everybody, just like blood testing. So this is genomic testing is happening nowadays too, but in the future it will be more common. The fifth point is the role of every gene will be determined, and the sixth point is with the help of genetic testing and all, it can help to cure more diseases. So one of the predictions which I like to discuss here is how genomic testing can be used to cure diseases. So for that, let's take an example here. Let's take an example for the cancer. So the HER2, so it's an oncogene. It's called human epidermal growth factor receptor, the HER2. So it is a protein that helps breast cancer grow quickly. So the patients with breast cancer, they are having the cells that are HER2 positive. Why it is called HER2 positive? It is because when the cells make too much HER2, the cancer is said to be HER2 positive. So the cancer with cells HER2 positive do not respond to chemotherapy well. So some drugs has been developed. There are some drugs that target some of the gene changes in certain cancers. Like these drugs often target the protein made by those abnormal genes. Like for the breast cancer, there are drugs like Herceptin, Ticarb. So these are designed to attack cells that are HER2. So you all know that cancer is a genetic disorder that is it is caused by certain changes to genes that control the way our cells function, especially how they grow and divide. So genomic testing, it can help predict if a drug will work or not. Like some drugs don't help patients if the cancer cells have certain gene mutations. For example, the Vectibix. The Vectibix are drugs that are used to treat advanced colorectal cancers. But these drugs are not used to treat a breast cancer. So doctors check if the cancer cells for these mutations before they give either of these drugs. So genomic testing can help predict which drug can be used for certain diseases. So with its uses, with its benefits, it is also having a side of negatives. Like, so imagine a society where the government had samples of the tissues and fluid from the entire community on a file, and a computerized data bank of each individual's DNA profile. Now imagine then not only the law enforcement officials, but insurance companies, employers, schools, adoption agencies, and many other organizations could gain access to those files. Now imagine then that an individual could be turned on for jobs, insurance, adoption, and other social services and benefits on the basis of the information contained in his or her DNA profile, such as genetic disease, heritage. So this could be a big problem to privacy. So physicians and patients who use genetic testing must be fully educated about how to interpret test results and the limitations of the information they reveal. I hope you all enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.